4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, this is Ro32 here, Bruno's commentary. This is going to be the first match in the first set of the first group of the Bigfile MSL. That's right, Group A, first group today in the round 32 of the Bigfile MSL. We'll finally hear Woot! Flash against Classic on Triathlon. Flash in the 12 o'clock position in white. Classic at the 8 o'clock position in orange. Both turn players, so TVT to start you guys off. We're going to have a couple of mirror matches to start this off today. In the second set, we're going to have Effort versus S2. We'll get to that. But defending MSL champion, the first game, kind of appropriate, I got to admit. Defending OSL champion, the guy that took away Flash's OSL golden mouse. So we're going to see whether Flash will going to go ahead and try to get some revenge here. But this Triathlon, of course, you got your little expos beyond the eggs inside your mains. You got expos to 2, 10, and 6 blocked by eggs on both sides. So they're a little bit harder to get to unless you decide to drop safely into them. Maybe hope that'll defend you or just break through with straight up firepower. It does take a while to get past those eggs, though. So if you decide to quick expand to that location beyond the eggs on your high ground, could be vulnerable to drops early on until you manage to get those eggs through if you get some defenses up. So overall, just you got to be very careful with all those strategies. If you decide to expand instead of your natural expansion, you might find yourself a little bit more vulnerable to ground attacks, but at the very least you'll have some reinforcements to pull to actually back that off. So I look forward to see what these guys go for here. I apologize right away if I'm a little bit sloppy. That often happens when I start commentating again. I purposefully took sort of a practice game with Bisu and Roro about a week ago, I think it was, in the Pro League, just to kind of get myself back into the commentating mood, and I was going to see what that does for me. So yeah, Flash, I think Classic went for Barracks or Flash moving out of the SCV, apparently going for Barracks as well after getting supply depots. So we're going to see whether they send out scouts anytime soon, whether they're going to be seeing some Wonder Racks in a factory, maybe some sort of early push, maybe just quick expansion builds. We're going to see what's going to happen. Triathlon, a map that I've seen a lot, despite it being a 3-player map, I've seen a lot of macro games in it. It seems to be really popular for macro. So Classic here going to go for a base apparently behind his mineral line, so he's going to take the slightly safer early base. It's going to be much harder for Flash to fight up his natural ramp. While Flash meanwhile going to take the actually slightly more risky base to take the natural expansion, a little bit more open in the air, but at the on the ground rather. But still should be able to defend that just fine as long as you set up a bunker at the front just in case there's going to be any early attacks. But both players going for very similar builds aside from that positioning, so I'm probably not going to be seeing any early attacks or any such thing. Refineries going on the way, so it looks like it's just good old TVT macro stuff. Now Flash, of course, is a TVT beast. I think he's about 73% in TVT. It's insane statistic, and just really, really hard to beat in almost any matchup these days. TVT, of course, one of his crowning joys. And Classic is a player that very recently came onto the scene. When was it? In the round of 4, I think it was in the Pro League. He impressed quite a bit. Beats, got some impressive wins. Flash setting up a bunker here at the front with one single Marine there. SCV trying to prevent the SCV from coming in. Oh, that's going to force that SCV away. Classic, I think, actually might have gone up with the SCV. Would have been heavily damaged, but I think the SCV got in far enough to spot the CC coming up, so I think he's in good position. Also going to put down the factory as he does so. On the opposite side, Flash doing exactly the same thing. Barracks being floated up and away. So yeah, just feel myself a little bit, kind of feeling myself out here, kind of forgot, what do I talk about during StarCraft games again? I don't remember. Kind of like, haven't played the game in ages, haven't watched the game in ages, hardly know what the hell I'm talking about or what I'm doing, but occasionally that happens, and eventually I'll feel myself a little bit more into it, and then I'll kind of remember what this is like, what it's like to be here and do this. So let's see, Flash, pretty good defendable position at the front, one bunker, and one barracks. We're going to see whether he's going to try to go for any sort of quick drop out there to try to take advantage of Classic's position at the lower left-hand position. Classic going to go for a quick expo at the natural. Oh, this is being very, very risky. Flash actually going to go for a starport, so I think he is going to go for drops. He might really take advantage of the positioning. Two starports coming up here for Flash. He's going to go dual starports, so he's going to be dropping all over the place. This might be Wraiths, but might still be Wraiths. But still, even Wraiths will really help him out. But I'm thinking this might be dropship play. We're going to see what it is. Whether Wraiths will, of course, go to that lower left position and just completely kill SCVs all over the place. It's going to take a while for Classic to get any sort of turrets up to defend because no engineering bay yet up there. Nothing like that. Has a couple of Marines in there. SCVs. Flash desperately trying to get that in because if he spots that command center, Classic desperately needs to make sure that Flash does not spot that command center. If that command center gets spotted, Flash is going to know. Go ahead. He's got the go ahead. What's it going to be? It is going to be control tower, so probably going to be seeing drops. I'm going to see whether they're going to be control towers. No, Wraiths. Not double dropship. Don't see any vultures out there in the field at all yet for Flash, so this is going to be some Wraiths. Might be going to go for quick cloaks as well. One tank on the opposite side, only 2 Marines. 1 Marine with a kill, probably got the SCV dead. Second factory on the way, and he has an armory on the way, so he might get some Goliaths out there in time. He's going to need an academy. He's going to need some scans. That is an academy, so he just has to hurry it up. He has to hurry it up, has to make sure he's got it going. Has a barracks floating in, so he might spot this. Not all too sure if he floats it up a little bit. He's floating it down instead. Going to spot one stopper. Definitely going to spot the Wraiths are coming in. Not quite sure whether he's going to spot where there's going to be cloaking in, but he knows what's coming at him. He knows to be careful. Spots the Wraith right there. And that's, I think, kind of a distraction for Flash, making sure that the barracks does not float upwards. Instead, trying to make sure that, trying to fake really out, Classic, trying to fake Classic out, like show him, hey, my building I'm going to try to hide is to the right rather than to the north. So the barracks are going to try to get a scout as much as he can, but it's not going to spot what Flash doesn't want it to spot, unfortunately. So I'm not quite sure if Classic is going to be quite ready for this. Second Wraith coming out now. Still not quite sure will the Classic know what's coming at him. Barracks goes down, and those Wraiths are going to be going out in the freaking field and doing a whole lot of damage. Flash only 1 factory out there and has a couple of tanks produced, getting siege right now. Comms stations on the way. Goliaths out there. So Classic is ready for this. We're going to see how effective this is for Flash. Classic getting his barracks up again. He needs more Goliaths out there. Needs those comms stations. Still don't see the race out there. Flash also moving out. 3 tanks and a couple Marines. Is actually going to go for a push. Second factory on the way. Not quite sure the Flash is actually going to go for one push. I think it's just slowly pushing out. 3 Wraiths out there. Should be able to cloak very soon and go and start doing a lot of damage. Nothing here. Goliath's not even close to do anything. And, oh, man, this is going to be a whole lot of damage. Turrets, I think, on the way. I think it did see an eBay out there, so turrets might be on the way. But these Wraiths, oh, man, what the hell? The eggs were there. Okay, am I getting confused for some reason? The eggs, there were only 4 eggs. So, either they changed the map on me, which I don't think they did, or I'm just, he just killed some of those eggs, which I find the most likely thing. Probably, siege those eggs and actually... Pretty heads up play there for Classic. Didn't notice him doing that. Probably killed those eggs with his siege. Flash mill now outside the door. Wraiths and 3 tanks. Let's see. Classic has a couple of tanks of his own. Adding in 2 more factories. Maybe not the best time to be adding those in. Upgrades are on the way for him now. Has the CVs at the front. He's going to need those. Doesn't have siege so far. So if Flash wants to push this, he's going to have to push it now. He's going for an expo here at the 2 o'clock position. Has 3 tanks out there. 4th tank on the way to support, but already 3 tanks there at the back. 4 tanks out there for front. At the front for Flash. He's going to take out that barracks. And is doing a kind of a pseudo-contained, but Classic's still sitting on 3 bases, so once those 3rd and 4th factories really hit it, he's going to be able to produce a lot of troops and break out of this, I feel. Armory now on the way for Flash, still producing some Wraiths. He has to mix in his Wraiths and his tanks to try to get some damage done, because Goliath, of course, is going to prevent those Wraiths from doing too much. Yet another barracks rebuild for Classic. That's unfortunate, but he managed to get those factories out there just in time. They should be hitting up right now. 5 tanks out here for Flash, trying to get in close with his Wraiths, still producing Wraiths, still trying to come in with his tanks. Finally going to start mining here at this new 2 o'clock base, but Classic really the economic upper hand, has the upper hand economically. He's completely prevented the harassment from Flash. Now has a fairly large tank number himself. I think I saw Charon boosters, definitely siege mode ready for Classic as well.